right? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Arachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of the bishops, the great millstone, who taught us the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because they shall of us first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's come to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. My name is Maka Allah Ben Gad Ben Yashar Allah, Church Philadelphia Camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, come back with another video. And this is going into the judgment of Yahweh's judgment. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai judgment shall begin at his house. All right, and Issachar is what Issachar mean, he is for hire. He's hired. So down here in Philly, all right, South Philly, it's the Carnival Day Puebla. It's canceled due to fears that immigrants may be targeted by ICE. All right, check it out. Got the article right here. See? And it says the annual event draws 15,000 to Penn's Port to celebrate Mexican culture and history. All right, like I said, that's Issachar. But what they do, man, they be down there cooking all the swine, serving different gods, man. Because the Northern Kingdom is heavy in the idols, man. You got all Israel is heavy in the idols, but like Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Ashur, like I said, the Northern tribe, they heavy in the to idols, witchcraft, that Santeria, man. Talking to the dead, like crazy shit, man. So the Lord is bringing his judgment now. They're scared and furious, that ICE gonna come and snatch their ass up and deport them. But it says, and this came out yesterday, April the 9th. It was updated at 10:28 in the morning. Okay, so it says Carnival de Puebla, the annual South Philadelphia festival commemorating Mexican history and culture, has been canceled due to concerns about the Trump administration policies toward immigrants. All right, and check it out, man. That's the hammer coming down, because what? He's a part of that sword, man. Esau is Yahweh Shem Yahshai's sword. All right, and that's why Malak Dawah, King David, always spoke about deliver me from that sword. Those his enemies, man. It says organizations called off the festival after community members expressed fears that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement may target the celebration. Now check this out. Going into what's that? Your music's gonna be bought low. All right. So they're not in the celebration move right now. They're in fear that their ass gonna be sent back to Mexico, man. All right, be deported from here. All right, check it out. It says let me read this again. It said organizers called off the festival after community members expressed fears that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, may target the celebration. The Enquirer first reported the event, which had been scheduled for April 27th, is one of the largest carnivals on the East Coast. All right. It says it draws up to 15,000 from across the country to Penn's Port, basically Penn's Landing. It says people don't want to participate because of what's going on. And Olga Reteria, a member of committee tasked, was organizing the event, told the Enquirer. People worry if they show up for the carnival and ICE is waiting for them. You see that? And it wouldn't be shocking if that actually happened. If they did this event and ICE actually showed up, because you like a target, man. And like right now, you're not supposed to be in the spirit of all this partying, bullshitting. like the evils are going upon the earth, man. So you're supposed to be in that spirit. You're supposed to stay away from a lot of crowds, man. Because you got ice for the northern tribes. Even with Benji, man. Some in the southern kingdom, man. And like you ain't supposed to be in that spirit of partying, bullshitting, going to here and there. No, man, you're supposed to be in the spirit of hold on, Salaki. I forgot to do this. You're supposed to be in the spirit of supposed to be the spirit of solitude, man. Seriousness, man. Because a soldier, what is a soldier? A soldier solitude. A soldier serious, man. Separates itself. A loner. All right. You could gather with brothers, man, but you ain't gonna be in the spirit of this partying type stuff right here, man. Because the days are evil, man. Times are serious right now. But check it out. It says Renteria also said the organizers were struggling to raise money to put on the event, which honors Mexico's military victory over French invaders during the Battle of Puebla. All right, so that's what the whole thing's about. It says on May 5th, 1862. So now they want to party and represent when they overcame the French and all that, right? In 1862, May 5th. But it ain't the time for all that right now, man. All right, America is about to be destroyed. All right, we're in the season of mourning, man. All right. It says during Carnival de Puebla, people dressed in bearded masks. See that? That's crazy. Like witchcraft. Bearded masks and colorful capes parade along Washington Ave before the festival with food and live music. Like I said, man, it's gonna be a whole bunch of pork eating. Well, it would have been. All right, but it's not going to happen. All right. It says since taking office in January, President Donald Trump's policies toward immigrants, including the attempt to end birthright citizenship. Damn, he going all out. It says to end birthright citizenship have left many communities on edge. Over the past few months, ICE agents have raided businesses, including a car wash in Juniata Park. I remember that, and the meat market in the Northeast Philadelphia, to search for and detain undocumented immigrants because they know that they get those jobs that, low key jobs where they could just blend in, get paid under the table, So they know where they hiding and all that. So that's why they canceled this event. Like I said, they're in fear. It says the Carnival de Puebla event also was canceled in 2017 during the Trump administration. Damn, this is the second time they did it during the Trump administration for similar reasons. All right, it says Rentiera told CNN that the organizers are considering holding a smaller festival instead, but nothing has been decided. So, man, they're not doing that. All right. But they in fear of ICE. So like I said, right now is not the time to be in that party bullshit spirit, man. This is a very serious time, man. And these people starting to realize, right? Let me grab this real quick. Let's get this. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 4. All right. Bear with me. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 4. Because like I said, they were going to parade around the streets with masks on, capes, just being degenerates, man. There's nothing to party about in Babylon, man. All right. Unless you serving a high holy day. But it says, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Matter of fact, let's start at verse, I'm going to start at verse 1. All right. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And yo, do you think they was thinking about Yahweh Shem outside, about Shema Rachakodash, like when America was before the second Trump administration and the first Trump administration, you think, well, and when Obama was in office and all these other presidents, you think they was thinking about that, you know, thinking about Yahweh Shemel Shai? No, they wasn't. They was thinking about their gods. All right, but now they see in the times of evil, because what? They getting deported, man. ICE is on their ass. All right, but the judgment is going to start at the house of Israel, man. And we're seeing that. Jacob's trouble. What you think Jacob's trouble is about? Jacob, you 12 tribes, man. All right, Yasharallah. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. It's talking about death as well. It says, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is slow. And it says, and he shall rise up to the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, so it says all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So they was basically going down there to party, enjoy themselves, overdrink, eat all type of abominable foods. So the Lord is bringing the hammer down, man. All right, it says the music shall be brought low, man. All right, it ain't gonna be all this partying and all that. Now we're coming, like I said, we're coming into that time of Jacob's trouble, the evil times, man. All right, so check this out. All right, so we're gonna go here. Go to 1 Peter 4:17. There we go. 1 Peter 4:17. All right, matter of fact, this is 1 Peter 4. We're going to start at verse 16. It says, yet if any man suffer as a Hamashiachim or a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High on this behalf. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. All right, that's what we're seeing right now. Judgment, the time has come. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High, man? All right. So what's going to be the end for them, man? You know, these people, our people are in fear, but then you still got some that's these how you say the judgment hasn't really hit them yet. All right. They're not feeling it. That's why you still got Jake out here. You know, they thinking that they're safe because they were born here. They got papers and all that. No, man. This is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right. And the judgment is starting. Look at all these Jakes getting slaughtered, man. You know, over there in Nigeria, what happened? I think it was 150 people died from a certain kind of plague that they have over there now. All right, and that's a lot of Nigerians are Judites, man. You know, so this judgment is beginning at our house, man, the house of Yahweh. All right, I'm gonna read that again, verse 17. 1 Peter 4:17 is for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Damn. If the righteous scarcely be saved, all right, that's by the skin of your teeth, man. And you know when you don't got no skin on your teeth, so you just barely gonna make it. That's talking about the righteous, the ones that the elect. All right. But the ungodly and the sinner, who is that? That's talking about you do 2/3, man. All right. The ungodly is sinners, because the only people that can sin is the Israelites, man. Because we were given the law, statutes, and commandments. And sin is a what's that? It's just basically like a treason against the law, man. All right. Verse 19, it says, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator." All right. So we're supposed to be focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushua right now. Supposed to Ben did that, you know. Once you come into this truth and everything. Yo, them Issacharites down there in South Philly, you know, I used to teach down there on it was a Snyder when I first started teaching alone, you know. But and a lot of Issacharites used to come through. They listen, you know, but they down there just being wicked, man. They don't want to. They refuse to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They think they pray to Jesus Christ, and they love them some Jesus, man. You know, not just that. Like I said, they got all different types of idols that they worship. So hey, man, they should be scared. You know, and anybody that's like the ungodly, they should be scared. The sinners of our people, they should be scared right now. You know, because the judgment is coming for you. The judgment is coming for all of us, man. Whether we make it or whether we don't. But we're in hopes that we be a part of that number. All right. I ain't want to say too much on that. You know, it just hit me real fast. I said, "Oh snap!" Looking at that, because you know, them festivals and everything. You know, it's starting to get warm outside because it's springtime, so everybody want to party and be outside and all that. Well, it's going to be different this year. You know, there's a lot of things going on. So, Lord's willing, this was edifying. You got something out of it. So, the next lesson, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, tell us this truth. Honors and salutations to the elect. And to the next lesson, I'm going to say Muwafa Baba Ball and Kwam Yasharala. Shalom. Stay strong, Yasharala.